can and do that or whatever. But no, honestly, Imran, that's pretty insane to think that you know, you can only make 17 TV shows with $3 billion now. Like that's fucking insane, bro. That
good shows. Though.
TV budgets are like that now. Like, what the fuck, bro? Again, it's just, you know, what is that? How does that impact the industry? Kind of, you know what I'm saying?
We need $100 million for one season of a TV show.
You don't want it to be. You don't want it to get to a point where like creatives and like, you know, smaller studios don't even want to get involved. You know, because they can't afford to even produce, you know, these type of shows. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, again, you know, hats off to Apple TV for having that decision, making that decision to make all of their stuff be high end. You know, like that's very unique. That's a very unique vision.
Yeah. Well, I think that's one upside with Apple Plus or Apple TV and movies is like they allow their careers to do whatever they want and like be, you know, not have these restrictions like some of the other, you know, studios, you know, currently. So that's like the big plus with them. And plus they're not being forced to pump up these content like the other ones. That's been the big issue.
Well, they kind of have to. They've got to put the content out because they've got to maintain, you know, their subscription base with new content.
Yeah. But it's not like every time. It's like, okay, 1 month is like, here's their show. And then like, you know, 2 months later, we hear another season of like their popular show. Like they're balancing the time schedule of their, you know, content.
It's quality over quantity, right? It's the opposite of Netflix.
That's their goal. Yes.
Netflix is like, let's put out 100 shows. These are all cheap, shitty shows. But Apple TV is like, no, we're gonna make good shows. We're not gonna put out a lot, but we're gonna make good ones.
Apple TV stated that in like their mission statement that their mission was gonna be quality over quantity. They said that.
Yeah, because they don't have a catalog. They haven't bought any libraries.
No,
they don't have a lot of stuff, but everything they have is really good.
They're the only streaming platform that has no actual acquired catalog of film and TV or anything like that to work with. You know,
they're just gonna build it up themselves slowly.
Exactly.
You can rent or buy anything you want from Apple TV, like just like Prime. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, and similar to Prime, like this is not their main business. They're a $1 trillion company that sells phones and iPads. They don't care about the shows. They don't care if anybody subscribes. They give away subscriptions to Apple TV Plus every time you buy a phone or a computer, like, and it's the cheapest streaming service out there right now. They got money. They don't care.
Which is crazy considering the kind of shit they're putting out. You know,
$1 trillion, bro. They are worth $1 trillion. There's like it's the only $1 trillion company, I believe.
Really?
Huh. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, hey, I'm some Prime. They got their stuff.
Yeah, me too. I'm an Apple fanboy for years.
Really?
I'm becoming one very, very quickly.
Because I'm a designer and an artist, so I've always used Mac and Adobe. And
okay.
I've had Apples forever, and I love them.
Yeah,
even though they do things sometimes that it's questionable, but
yeah, my family is the same thing. Apple, and then most recently when we cut out, you know, we dropped off our like Ottoman cable thing.
My iPad's not working right now. It's acting squirrely right now. I've got some gripes with Apple right now. For some reason, my iPad's not using my internet and like not functioning. I gotta like reset.
You just have to kick it in a certain spot. It'll be fine. Just kick it.
I don't think that works with Apple products.
No. It works for Tron people in the Tron grid. So
just punt the iPad, it'll be fixed.
Or if you're in a James Bond film and you've got to like start a stalled car, you just kick the motor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh my God, that was funny.
I could totally see them doing that on Monarch. Monarch's that kind of show, you know, where Kurt Russell could just kick the boat engine if the boat was like, you know,
all this stuff. You could hit it and it'll start.
Yeah. The Lost Bus did that. So.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. We saw it in Lost Bus. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw the Lost Bus.
Matthew McConaughey just like flailed around his hand a little bit in the air.
But all
he swung his hand around in the air a little bit or whatever, and like, you know, smacked the engine or whatever. This massive fucking bus engine, and it all of a sudden worked.
Yeah.
He yelled at it. He yelled at it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like start your stupid thing. Something like that.
So that's what you got to do to your iPad. It'll be fine.
Yeah, Jeff,
and then,
do it, please.
and then what's her name? Came outside the bus and breathed on it a little bit, you know. And
Oh my God.
America Ferrera.
America Ferrera. Yeah. You know, that movie got an Oscar nomination.
Oh yeah, it's for best visual effects this year. So.
Yeah, and those shots of the bus in the forest with the fire, I was like, oh my God, how did they do that? That's very impressive.
Hey.
A lot of pyrotechnics and, you know,
Oh God.
CG, is it compositing? Like, was that real fire?
Also, if they use the new special thing, the volume.
Oh yeah, you could just be a screen with fire.
Yeah,
on
screen
it.
to just do the fire or like the background. Yeah,
I noticed that Hulu's been dropping some Hulu original shows lately. Supposedly one of them is pretty good.
Paradise,
yeah,
Paradise is pretty good. It's pretty good. I've been watching the second season.
Yeah, that's what is it, like a sci-fi?
It's like a apocalyptic future,
post-apocalyptic,
little Walking Dead, little Last of Us, little political conspiracy thriller. All kind of
because starting Kate Brown's in it, and the first season it had James Marsden.
Yeah, Marsden's in this season too. Flashbacks. Yeah.
Oh, flashbacks. Okay.
Yeah,
because he wasn't in the the new season's promos and all that. Yeah.
So how about that? Hulu's actually got a decent original show right now.
Yeah, it was the only time I knew Hulu had ritual hit was like the Handmaid's Tale, and that was it.
Here's a recommend everybody slept on, the funniest time travel show. It's called Future Man.
Future Man. I heard about that.
Holy shit, it's fucking hilarious. It is like Ted, like Family Guy, raunchy, and really, really funny. Josh Hutchins in the lead role. And it's a wacky time travel.
I'm trying to remember who Josh Hutchins is.
He's from Hunger Games and
that's who
Freddy,
he is.
Five Fingers of Freddy. Freddy got fingered. What's that movie?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Whatever that movie.
Freddy.
I never liked him.
Are you talking about Five Nights at Freddy?
That's the one. I never liked him, but he is hilarious in Future Man. It's such a good show.
Yeah.
It seems like an interesting concept. I can't believe they actually made a movie out of Five Nights at Freddy, bro.
The movies are horrible.
They did 2 movies now. Last year was the sequel.
I mean, the first one is terrible.
The premise of the game is fucking stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
Yeah. Josh Hudson, I was around his age. Like, he was like a child actor, and then he became big with Hunger Games. That's like Emran.
I liked him in the Hunger Games. He was all right at first. You know, what they did with his character there towards the end, where he got all crazy and shit and everything. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the Capitol was trying to trick Candace and the rebellion to like fall apart or something like that, and like it didn't work.
Yeah, that didn't really work for his character arc in the films, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, if it was only like a one part, like it was just a full movie instead of those splitting up into 2, like they did with like Harry Potter and like Twilight.
Yeah, they added that bonus movie that they just kind of mixed in there towards the end.
Yeah, and I didn't like that.
That one with Julianne Moore, where they introduced Julianne Moore to the series. You know,
it's all that in the Mockingjay.
Where they had the whole movie where it was all based on them hiding out in that base, like like out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that was in the first part, and then the second part was like that was where they were entrapped.
They were making commercials with Katniss, for the revolution and everything,
Yeah, exactly. So that's like all in the first part of Mockingjay Part 1, and then the second part was the trap, where his character, what's his character name? Pia or something like that. I don't know. Peter, or whatever. He tricked them to go to this like capital like abandoned city, and like they got it was like Battle Royale, like just they got killed by all the trapments and all that. It was cool. But you could easily make that into one movie, and it was just the trend back then, where because Harry Potter did it, it was so successful. It was like, okay, but like they had a reason to split the books, because it was a big book. Harry Potter Deathly Hallows, like it wasn't like you couldn't do it just one movie. You had to split it up, and I just don't think Mockingjay was really.
No, it was obvious they just squeezed that fucker in just to make money.
Exactly.
Cyber, if you haven't noticed, or you jumped in on late on a general conversation, I guess you could say, sir, across the span of television and film.
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
one of our favorite conversations at times here. You know what I'm saying? At the Bleeding Edge, right?
Yes.
Sure.
Cyber, he hasn't become 60-minute man yet, so we're in a good spot now.
How much Adderall did you have today, sir?
I didn't take any extra Adderall.
Okay.
So we should be
Today-
good. We should be good.
The last show we did, Imran, on Wednesday, I decided to recreationally decide to take extra Adderall before the show, and I was
what-
and I was geeking the fuck out. And,
Shut up and fuck up.
Yeah, I could not. I could.
This was you literally as we're doing the show. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, my face was all close to the screen. And everything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
You
was
know?
so
Head's
funny.
vibrating. His
I was
eyes
all,
are-
Yeah.
I was all leaned in.
Yeah, and we could hear him typing. Like he didn't turn off his mic.
I
It
was
so
typing.
funny.
I wasn't just talking a lot on the show. I was also in the private chat.
I'm locked in. He was focused.
he
Oh,
was
yeah.
focused, was he?
Oh my god! And I don't. The
And what a
comment
perfect
section.
movie for it to be on, though, sir.
Yeah,
It,
Blue
like
Velvet. of all
that was
things.
the that movie is like an acid trip, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like you were just. I think you were just riding the wave, sir.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Let me take over this moderation. Hello, everyone. This is Andreas Pop Culture Guy. I'm your moderation tonight for Monarch Season 2, Episode 3 live recap. I hope you guys enjoyed this incredible improv opening of us just silly, being silly and talk about movies and TV and all of that. And of course, tonight we have our great panelists here. So let me introduce them one by one. First off, back again for the MC Blanche is Amren from Jack and Nerd Podcast. How you doing, sir? Welcome back.
I'm
How's
good.
life?
Always happy to come and geek out with you guys. I'm not on Adderall, but I'm on some other substances. So we'll see what happens.
Perfect. Yes, I think you have the perfect balance of the
Yes.
stuff. And then of course, Cyberneticshark here, who is the co-host of the MC Blanche. How you doing, sir? Just give him a minute, folks. He's just. It's your turn, Cyber.
I didn't hear my name. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What were you
I should
asking?
be sorry. Oh no, just saying how you doing. I'm just saying you're the co-host of the MC Blanche.
I am fantastic. I am hunky dory as always. Glad to be here to speak about Monarch Legacy of Monsters.
Awesome. Yes. Yes.
Cyber,
And
Cyber is not, has no longer become just a hardcore movie fan. He has become a established commentator of television at this point. Over years of covering it, so he's expanded his capacities.
that's true. No, that's a good point. And of course,
My repertoire.
yeah, repertoire. Yes, and then lastly, we got our man, the myth, the 60-minute man, or the 100-minute man. We call him in the chat last Wednesday. Jeff S. TrueKnowledge, the co-host of the MC Blanche. How you doing, sir?
Well, it's all good, sir. I don't mind being picked on and everything and all that at all. It doesn't bother me. But I just want to be clear that was an isolated incident. I don't often decide to indulge into the Adderall substance. You know what I'm saying? But I will give a shout out to Adderall, recreational Adderall use out there.
Shout out Adderall.
Folks out there, if you got a friend that's got a prescription of Adderall and they don't mind slinging you a couple here and there or whatever, your night with Adderall will be fabulous. I'm telling you right now. There's absolutely not one single negative thing that comes out of taking Adderall. Whatever you've ever heard, it's not true. It is not dangerous. It will not hurt you or kill you. The worst thing that will happen is that you might get really horny while you're taking it, and want to talk a lot. You know what I mean? And have big conversations. So if you like that, you know what I'm saying, and you got a lady with you too, or a dude at the same time, you're good to go.
What? Oh my god.
That way you're not talking to yourself.
Oh, okay, that's okay. That's a good point. That's a good
Because
point.
you talk a lot. You talk a lot when you're on Adderall, sir.
That's true. Anyway,
It's a deep conversational kind of drug.
wow. I need to look into this. This is very interesting. All right.
Oh, it's worth looking into.
Yeah, okay, that's good. And at least, thank goodness you actually took on Blue Velvet because that movie was so weird, and I was like, what are we gonna say about this movie? And
Yeah,
thankfully,
Blue Velvet's hella weird, man. David Lynch just unfortunately made films and stuff at the wrong time period. If he was around now in our current, sort of climate for television and film, you know what I mean? I feel like his vibe, like his, whole atmosphere that he wanted to create in his films would really sell now more than it did back then.
that's interesting. Just a quick, who's like the new David Lynch for this generation? I guess
There is nobody else.
No,
like
there's
David Lynch.
nobody.
Yeah.
There's nobody
Yeah,
like him.
nobody,
That
yeah.
dude was weird and had a
Nobody-
crazy
Yeah,
mind.
nobody makes stuff like Mulholland Drive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Or Twin Peaks.
Twin
Like who's
Peaks,
doing
yeah.
something like that? Like Severance is kind of Lynchian, but like
Yeah.
there's nobody like that. There's
Severance
nobody
is,
like that.
Severance is way out there. It's way bizarre. It is.
Yeah.
It is actually somewhat David
Yeah.
Lynchy-esque
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Legion. We had this discussion on my channel. That's like
Oh, sure.
has a
Yeah.
little bit of like Legion
Yeah.
to like.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Legion.
Yeah,
Lynch.
Legion has that going on, but it's because of like powers. You know what I'm saying? It's not-
Yeah.
I would say that Ari Aster
Okay.
and
Oh, yeah.
Perkins, Osgood Perkins, those two
Oh.
would be your closest
Sure.
to a David Lynch of the next generation.
Sure.
The movies that they put out are very cerebral type of films, because that's what I feel always, David Lynch films were. They were very cerebral films that he came up with in his own mind. And so
Yeah.
that's what Osgood Perkins and Ari Aster do. And if you ever watch any of their films like Midsummer or Hereditary or even Beau is Afraid.
Midsummer was surprised me, Cyber. I was actually surprised how good that ended up being.
Oh, I could not stand that movie.
You're lucky.
Yeah,
That's pretty good. No, that's good. That makes sense. Because Lynch was very dreamlike, right? You watch his movies and it's very ethereal. You don't know if the person's dreaming or if it's real or what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's basically what those two do. And
Oh,
so
that's
I
pretty
feel
good.
like I would say that those two would be your closest to the current David Lynch, people that are similar to him.
Yeah.
I like how
I
I like how Lynch would always add to some degree, like some level of drug use and like the criminal element, kind of the underground criminal element, sort of would also be a part of his stuff. You know what I mean? Again, I never watched Twin Peaks, so I cannot remark on Twin Peaks. Obviously, I don't know. Imran, you watched it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's good. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's considered a very good television show.
Yeah, I mean, it influenced a lot of people and other shows. Like he brought Severance. I don't know what other shows that were like influenced for Twin Peaks. Like Lost, I think I heard that it was,
Maybe
like,
a little bit. Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, a little bit, but
Yeah.
not like full on. Yeah, it you could see the influence, like just production design or like just the casting sometimes, and like Fallout is a little bit like not like it's a game, but it has a little bit of that like Lynch too with the dark humor and all that, but like it's not like Twin Peaks, but yeah, I didn't think about we'll go back to Mark, folks. Sorry, but yeah, Ad Astra, I saw Midsummer. I agree with Cyber. Like it was an okay movie. The only reason that it's good is because
It's kind of boring. You know what I'm saying? It just
Yeah.
has some shocking scenes.
oh yeah, but thank goodness.
I was surprised that they managed to get what's her name to even be in that film.
Yeah, Florence Pugh. Oh
Yeah,
well, see.
I could not tell that was her until the end.
Oh really? Okay. Yeah. So. No, she's the best thing about that movie. I was so happy she was in it because I couldn't stand that movie.
I just couldn't believe she'd be in that movie. So I could not believe that was her. I was like, oh, it must be a lookalike almost. You know what I mean?
Also, he just did Eddington, which I thought was very unlike a movie
Last
he
year,
normally
yeah.
would do. And it's a very good movie. But like this coming from the same guy who did Hereditary, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Hereditary is fucking out there, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Good.
That might be
Yeah.
one of the most bizarrely horrifying fucking movies I've watched in a long time.
Yeah, it's really that good. And Tony Collette is great in that movie.
It's very scary. It's very suspenseful.
Yeah.
It's disturbing.
Disturbing, yeah. Perkins, I haven't seen Long Legs. I seen The Monkey. and that is very lynching as a movie. I saw it like last year for like a Halloween season, and I was like, whoa.
I fucking love The Monkey.
Oh yeah.
Good. See, I've not seen an Osgood Perkins movie yet. What would you recommend? The Monkey, Long Legs?
I would recommend The Monkey.
Okay.
Because The Monkey is very like it's Osgood Perkins, but at the same time it seems like a normal horror film. Like it's got a basis that you can understand a lot easier. Long Legs is a film that you got to watch at least a couple dozen times to really understand it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, long Legs seems deep from what I understand of it.
Long Legs is very deep. It's like a very deep film. I mean, the premise of Long Legs is pretty basic, but at the same time, watching it several times, you're gonna understand it better.
What is it? On specific birthdays of young girls or whatever, he's able to go in and like mind control them into committing their murder of their parents on their birthdays or whatever.
Yes, I mean, essentially, he's a serial killer that's able to control people to kill themselves, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is basically what he is. And Nicholas,
that's right. The whole family ends up dead by the end. Yes.
Yeah. Nicolas Cage is fantastic in the brief moments he's in the film. He's absolutely phenomenal. But that movie freaked out my wife so bad that there was several times when she would be walking outside from her job to the car, and it's in a little area where it's kind of forested. And at night, she would get scared to walk into her car because of watching Long Legs.
Oh my god!
So Long Legs is one crazy ass film. So I would say to watch an Osgood Perkins films, watch The Monkey.
Okay.
That's surprising to me, Cyber. I didn't realize that there was actually a lot of like a pure on abduction that happened in that film. You know what I mean? Like it was more like. Subtle. You know what I mean? Like he actually come to the door with like a basket of flowers or whatever. Like.
Well, yeah. So he is abducting them, but he's able to control them to abduct them. Like he
drop off a birthday gift the day before the birthday, right?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like a doll, basically, and then somehow supernaturally, like they become obsessed.
It controls them.
Yeah.
So it is supernatural. And then basically they arrest the guy. They somehow figure out who he is and they arrest him right off the bat. And then after that, for the rest of the movie, it's just basically the cops trying to figure out what the fuck's actually going on.
Yeah. So it's supernatural, but they never explain what exactly is supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah,
you're like watching it going, what the fuck? What do you mean you don't know what the hell this is? You should have an idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Like it's like Osgood, where you're trying to keep a suspense to make a sequel. I don't know, but at the same time, it's like you're kind of like, okay, this is still very interesting. I'm still intrigued to a point, but at the same time, you're like, this is kind of fucking stupid. It's one of those situations. But yeah, Long Legs was a very, very weird film that I feel definitely is very similar to like something David Lynch.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah.
And I feel like that kind of stuff is more in demand. Now, you know what I mean? Like I think you could break out with films like that now more often so than in 1986. You know what I mean? I mean, Blue Velvet had a rough time in that climate to just come out in 86 and be able to be a successful film with it being as quirky and out there as it was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I can wrapping up this discussion, like another movie, if you cannot handle those two movies, check out his version of Hansel or Gretel. He did a version of that back a long time ago. And it seems like Cyber doesn't like that movie. That's another one you can check out. It's like it was very interesting, but but again,
another film I went and saw in theaters and came out going, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
See, sometimes I like those kind of movies.
I wonder how good the Twin Peaks comeback was when they did those 2 seasons 20 years later or whatever.
I watched a few episodes. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah, so did I. I remember I caught 1 or 2, but I never finished it.
I heard from my friends it was really great.
Did they just basically pick up the story right where it got left off, essentially, but with like the older characters, or what they do?
Did they
forget.
retcon season 2? Because I know he didn't like season 2 because
From my understanding, if I remember correctly, basically it's supposed to be a extenuation of the original series, and we have the characters older, like because Kyle MacLachlan does return as his character.
Yeah.
So it is an extension, but at the same time, it's actually a lot different than the original series, because even though Lynch, created it and everything, he actually kind of altered it from what he originally did with the original series. So
Yeah.
how it ends up, it's if I remember correctly, how it ends up, the few episodes I did watch, it definitely was a lot different than the original 90s show.
So they basically they had to change the premise essentially or whatever, or change locations or something like that.
No, I think it's the same town.
Same town.
It's just 25 years later. Laura Palmer's in it. And they're just older. And then there was Fire Walk With Me, which was the movie that was tied into Twin Peaks, which was also
that's a
good.
prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just that one is weird because it's set before the show happened.
Right.
Then because I don't know why, but I think that's what the premise is.
That film and then the X-Files films are the only time I can ever think of any other TV franchise ever actually coming up with films like that.
Well, I mean, Star Trek did it, but there's not a lot. Yeah, where you have the same cast and they make a movie.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, but like Star Trek is the only one, and X-Files, but it's a weird thing. Okay.
Deadwood did it too.
Oh, yeah.
There was a movie. And I mean, if you count El Camino as a movie off the Breaking Bad.
Yes, before Better Call, because that was before Better Call Saul.
It was before Better Call Saul, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, yeah. It's a rare thing, but like you do get like a few like here and there.
Yeah.
And Better Call Saul was a direct spin-off of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really like it's like
I never watched it, so that character from that show was actually a featured character in Breaking Bad to some extent.
Yeah. See, he was a major
Saul
character
Goodman.
in the show. Yeah, Saul Goodman. He was in the show for like a long time,
and
then the spinoff shows like how he became Saul Goodman.
Yeah, it's a prequel, right? Better Call Saul was a prequel to Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but also they go back to the present day of like what he's doing when he's been like he's hiding from the authority, So they do.
I heard really good things about Better Call Saul, that it was a really good show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, my friends told me it like in general it seems better than Breaking Bad.
Oh really?
But it's up to you if you like that show and like the difference, because they fill in the important things about the other characters of Breaking Bad, and it was like okay.
I still haven't watched Breaking Bad, unfortunately.
Okay.
I never got into it.
No, that makes sense. It's like it's so slow for the beginning, but then it gets picked up real like better. Like,
I wasn't watching TV shows from AMC or whatever the fuck, whoever made that.
Oh yeah, it's AMC. Yeah. Yeah. Fortunately, Walking Dead was the only thing I watched.
Walking Dead, that was it.
That was it. I know. I'm with you. Okay, let's get it into Monarch. Sorry, folks. So let's do Red Robin. Let me start with you. And Ron, like, what's your thoughts on this show, Monarch? Have you viewed it over your channel, the Jock and Nerd podcast? Are you
Of course they have. Like on Jock and Nerd, they review every fucking television show that comes out.
Not every show.
I'm talking to him, Jeff. I'm the moderator. I'm gonna ask him those questions. But thank you, sir. Anyway, well, in general, are you a big fan of the MonsterVerse? That's my really big question. Like, are you a big fan of the movies? Like, go ahead, sir. What are your thoughts on the show and this episode we're reviewing now? Go ahead.
Well, I like the MonsterVerse. I've watched all like the recent Legendary movies, but it's really the other co-hosts on my show, Anthony and Rugboy, are the big Godzilla fans. They've been Godzilla fans since they were kids. They love all the Toho stuff. So they kind of got me into the Godzilla fandom as well. So this is why we talk about it over there, because they'll talk about anything Godzilla. And I will say, so far, season 2 has surprised me. There's been so much action. I was not expecting it. There was the first 2 episodes. The pacing was good. Crazy things were happening. You get the new monster right away, Titan X. You get Lee Shaw coming back. Fantastic movie quality monster scenes. I was just shocked. I was like, wow, this is a great start. And we should expect what we're going to get this episode is you got to slow down, right? You got to give the audience, the characters, a chance to catch their breath and work out the emotional things, because the show is about the people, when it all comes down to it. So I've been really enjoying the first 2 episodes are great, and this episode, despite not having any of the great action from the first 2 episodes, I think it was a needed kind of chill, people getting drunk, people hooking up. Like, at least let everyone just kind of take a moment to reset for the next crazy thing. So yeah, the first season I liked. I thought the kids continued to do stupid things throughout the whole season. In the present, the kids, Kentaro and Kate again does a stupid thing where they tell her don't press the button, and she presses the button. She's constantly just doing idiotic things, and this is all her fault. But
Yeah,
she's so cute. I'm gonna allow it.
yeah, and plus she was in Shogun.
And she was in Shogun, and she's not going to be in the second season of Shogun, unfortunately. Oh,
I
wait,
know.
she died. That's right.
Yeah,
There's
she
no,
died.
there's absolutely no way. She said that it's not going to happen.
No,
There's
but
no way.
she died. Spoilers.
Yeah,
Remember, she was in front of the door. That door exploded.
Apparently, they have no desire to even do any kind of flashbacks or anything like that with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, because it's gonna be past that probably.
From what she said, from what I've read, she said they haven't even contacted her about anything.
Well, at least we get to see her here. So Anna Sawai is always welcome on my TV screen.
Yeah, so she is not a participant at all in the current. I guess they're actually now shooting Shogun season 2 now.
Currently now, right? Because I think it's going to come out in 2027. They say, and the news I heard. So yeah,
that's gonna be very interesting when that comes out, man. Because I'm telling you, if there's one show that could really drop off from season 1 to season 2, could be excellent, and then just so it could be Shogun.
But that was the first show I did with you guys, right? That's how.
Yes,
that
was an exceptional time we had, sir.
It was fun.
Where you came out like every week.
Yeah, it was great.
yeah. Oh, the good times.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah, like me saying Michael B. Jordan, and
That's right.
it was funny.
Jackson was there. We had those two black chicks, Kim and
all the different guests that would come in.
It was good times.
Sarin would come on. Sarin was great.
She was great. She knew her stuff. Yeah.
It was. Oh god, good old times. Was it in 2024?
Yeah, something like that. Sarin would come on at like crazy ass times in her country, like 4:30 a.m.
Yeah,
that was 2 years ago, huh? Jeez.
Yeah,
I know. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that. Yeah,
that's the best show we ever covered with you, Imran.
Yeah, nothing has beat that.
I guess not. Yeah. So
nothing I've watched since Shogun has touched Shogun. No,
it was his own league, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost due for a Shogun rewatch.
Oh, we should do that. That'll be hilarious. Okay. Let's stick with you, Jeff. Your opinion on episode 3, sir. What do you feel about this one?
Yeah, I guess I was already talking, so it makes sense to throw to me. Yeah, I don't know, man. Monarch season 1 is a little bit more cohesive, I believe, than season 2 is so far. I feel like season 2 is a little bit more disjointed.
There's been 3 episodes. How are you going to make that judgment?
I'm off the 3 episodes. This is what I'm basing off of.
Wait till it's over. Okay.
I'm just saying, the feel for season 2 feels a little bit different, and I'm sure we all would agree with that, which is normal. That's normal. But I feel like the energy and the vibe of season 1 of Monarch was a good energy. I felt like it worked for the show. Yeah, I mean, as I've said before, I love the whole premise and concept of this show. The fact that they decided to make a television version of another extended franchise, member of the franchise of this MonsterVerse franchise, I think is great. I think it's awesome. So I love the concept. I love the casting. This is probably one of the better cast Apple TV shows I've seen, honestly. It's a very well cast show. They did a really good job casting very well with pretty much all the characters, I think. And there's a lot of standout actors on the show. I'll just say that, I mean, as far as season 2 goes, it started off pretty good we knew we were due for a filler episode, so we got one this week. Finally. But that had to happen. You know what I'm saying? They had to go ahead and have a totally non-Titan episode. Where they just leaned in on the relationships of the characters, the story. You know what I mean? Without so much of the Titan hunting and all that kind of stuff. They kind of eschewed all that, right? And I don't know. I don't feel like that's the strength of Monarch. I feel like when they're not actually actively hunting Titans or defending from Titans or actually experiencing Titans or running from them, and doing things revolving around that, I feel like that's the strength for the show. When they delve off into just straight dialogue and scenes and interpersonal relationship scenes and stuff like that, when they delve into the family stuff with the father and Kate and the son, and that dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Now you've got grandma there too, with the son, that dynamic. And then you've got the love triangle now popping up, in the flashbacks with Major, with Lee, you know what I'm saying? And, then the doctor, Japanese chick, and Billy, you know what I'm saying? You got that going on, and now Grandma and Lee are together again, in the current time. So, like, there's that question mark of, like, whether or not they're going to rekindle in some way that romance, right? You think about that. I just don't know if that's the strength for Monarch is my thing. You know what I'm saying? If that's really the strength for the show, is leaning in on those elements, really, is my point. So for me, I found this episode very fillerish because of that reason, because I feel like they really, leaned in on just the character relationships and the character development of the show. And they really hyped, these sort of interpersonal conflicts that have occurred or are happening, whether it's in the flashbacks or in real time between our cast members. You know what I'm saying? And that stuff is just not that exciting to me at times, overall, right? I'm sure in episode 4 they'll switch back to hunting Titans again and, trying to stop Godzilla or, chase this new, Titan X or whatever, which they obviously is still out there. They got to find out what's going on with him, right?
Yeah.
He's just big new anomaly, I guess, or whatever, that they're all impressed about. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. He doesn't even look all that intimidating to me,
I mean, it's a fish.
I mean, it's a crazy monster with tentacles and these teeth.
Tentacles, yeah.
Huge.
But I mean, how effective is he really when it comes to like damaging and breaking shit? Like,
He killed that lady. He killed that fucking Verduga.
Yeah, that's true.
With his tentacle.
And to be fair, we don't know if this tentacle fish has like Godzilla, like atomic blast or energy.
I think they would have showed it by now.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if they're gonna do it.
If he had an energy beam ability, I think he would have done it by now.
We gotta save something for later in the season.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that.
Usually, whenever they show one of these Titans that has that power, they do it right off the bat. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like Mothma or whatever. Like he comes right in and just starts blasting.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and to be fair though, I do want to remind people that fish do glow in the sea, and so that's like a very traditional thing with fish.
Mothma has that really cool beam that he shoots where it makes everything cold and it turns everything to ice.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Good job, Jeff. I kind of agree. Yeah, it's kind of like the same. What show that has this?
In season 1, I felt like the focusing on the chemistry between the different characters and stuff in that story, I felt like it worked a little bit better. That's all.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, that's the thing, right? First season, it was like a small cast of characters we were focused on, right? And then this season now, it's like we got like newer characters.
It's pretty much the same. It's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's still the same, but like we're getting now newer characters and like adding into the grandma. Like it's just a lot going on right now with storylines. But yeah,
That's true. Adding grandma to the current real time and Lee and all that does add a lot more now because now they're in the flashbacks and the current time.
Yeah,
exactly.
doing the same thing. Like they met that thing before.
Yeah,
And to her, it's been like she thought only 50 days had passed.
yes,
And so she got to deal with like 30 years have gone by and everything's different. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When she finally hits the mainland, she's going to be culturally shocked.
Freak out. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy they haven't gone too far with that. Like out of fish trope that we always get. I'm happy we haven't gone too far with her with that, which is good.
They seem to be showing her to be adapting very well.
Yes.
So
she's very smart, right?
Yeah,
she's a very smart person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I like about her. At least like she's focusing on the kaiju, like that's the good thing. And then plus she wants to know more about her son, what's been going on with him and which
now she knows the dirty shit about him. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Yo, but he gets it from her. She loved two dudes. And he's
that's true.
He gets it from his mom.
Her,
he is like they can relate. They have the same. They went through the same thing.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Like mother, like son.
Yeah,
literally. Oh my god, that is so cool. That's very.
Yeah, wait till Hiroshi finds out. But
yeah, it's crazy. When we get into the ending, I had like a moment when I was like, oh my god, when Bill find the letter, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Pardon my French. All right. Cyberneticshark, it's your turn. What's your thoughts on episode 3? Your opinion. Go ahead.
All right. So I really have enjoyed the first 2 episodes of this season. Of this series. I absolutely love Monarch. I think it's a great series. This episode definitely was not my favorite of the 3 so far. This one was a lot of filler, I felt. It definitely was a lot of like interpersonal dialogue in this episode versus actual kaiju action and stuff like that. Which to me, if I'm watching a Godzilla film or if I'm watching a kaiju film, I'm looking for kaiju action. I'm looking for kaijus. I'm looking for monsters, looking for that type of action. When I go see a Godzilla film in theaters, that's what I'm looking for. When I go see a King Kong film, same thing. I'm not interested in all these people's interpersonal shit that they have going on. I don't care who's dating who's sleeping with who, blah, blah, blah. That's not important to me. When I'm seeing a fucking kaiju film, I want kaiju action. I don't want interpersonal shit. So, I don't mind a little, like, here and there popping in like what the first 2 episodes did. Now, this episode decided to have all this go on here, showing, Lee and Kay sleeping with each other and all this kind of stuff. And then, of course, going back to this daughter being back in San Francisco and all this kind of stuff. And it was just like, okay, this stuff I don't feel this added anything to this series. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this episode is absolutely horrible. I just think that it was a filler episode that had some good stuff in it, just not to my liking of what the first 2 episodes brought. So, yeah, I think that this episode was kind of a filler episode that they could have made it a little better, I thought.
I kind of agree what you're saying, Cyber. As a kaiju fan, it's funny how these American people do these kaiju stories, and it's like, okay, like here's the human storylines, and it's like, okay, just get to the point. I just want the kaiju stuff. I understand where you're coming from with this episode 3. It's definitely filler, as Jeff said before. But unlike the MonsterVerse films, I think this show has a better job of doing the storylines. It's just like one storyline I care more about than the other, and we'll get into it. Like I don't particularly care about Kate storyline. No offense to Kate, I love the actress from Shogun, but I'm like, come on, like why we're dealing with this? I guess she's like, I mean, Emron said it before, Jeff said it before. Like she made some stupid mistakes.
She's the worst. She's kind of the worst.
She's the worst, right?
Yeah, she runs into danger all the time.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Like, and then they're trying to make me feel sorry for her. Like it's like she's like she's traumatized by the events, which I get it. But then it's like, how you can be stupid and traumatized at the same time? I
Yeah.
don't get that. Like,
Yeah.
like her storyline is just like whatever. Like the only storyline I care about is it's like the same thing with Fallout with the Lucy and Ghoul storyline. Like I care more about the Lee and the grandma storyline. Like I care more about that storyline, like because that's interesting because you're
The
dealing with
50s stuff is way better than the present day stuff.
yeah.
In
Oh
this show.
yeah, that's true. That's true. I will agree in that. But like I do like the older Shaw and like I like I'm happy the grandma's in the present day too because
Yeah.
but
and the
yeah.
casting of Kurt and Wyatt is so perfect.
Yes.
Because you could just buy that this is the same guy.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the one smart thing this show has done.
Yeah.
Perfection. Unlike some franchise, like the Conjuring franchise, they cast Farmiga's sister, and like they had the opportunity to cast her to be her young self at one point, but nope.
And they did it.
No, they didn't. Instead, she's a nun. She's a freaking nun, and it's annoying. Anyway, I'm sorry, folks. Anyway, so let's do the recap. So, speaking of flashback, I like the we're gonna go start with that. So we immediately pick up where we were left off from last episode, where as Jeff said before, it was this like very like cult drug like speaking of like a deuced drug. I forgot we had that last week. They apparently they got drug and like they were probably going to be eaten because the village people didn't want them to like spill out the secret, and so Lee and the grandma were like in the ceremony and they didn't realize that they were in a somewhat like the ceremony of the Titan X. So we see the small creatures we saw with the first two episodes, but then we saw Titan X full on like rising up in the ground, and they see it, and then they like ran out from its direction, so they survived from the onslaught as the creature was showing, bonding with the sea scarabs, as they call that's the one thing I like about this episode. They at least call these creatures sea scarabs.
Yep.
I didn't know what name they were. So before so these sea scarabs, before they were trained to the sea, and then the grandma managed to get like a photo of the Titan, which worries the village people because that's evidence. So just as the residents come out of their houses, they the whole village people want the camera, and they do not plan on letting our heroes off the island. I was like, okay, let me stop there. Then we go back to the present day, and then back in the present day, Monarch's Outpost 18 ship is taken over by the Apex technology. That's the other company rival that we've seen from the Monsterverse films. By the way, like did they expand on that? Because that was the one thing I didn't like about the Monsterverse. It's like, who's these? I mean, we met them in the Godzilla movie, King of Monsters, but like it was so annoying that we didn't get much with them. So I was happy that these first seasons have expanded upon them. You want to say something, Imran?
No.
Okay. So, because apparently, so like the FX technology are like taking over the ship, by the government ruling, and it turns out the Monarch's director cut a deal with the rival firm to track down the Titan X, and it didn't tell Tim about it. So Tim doesn't like this. That like this person that make the deal with the Apex to take over this operation to track down Titan X for this specific person we met this episode. So I was like, okay. And he also wants Monarch to bring the grandma and Lee for questioning, which that's not good. So Tim does the right thing. He helps them out to get off from the ship. So that was good. Then the grandson and the nephew comes come together with Shaw and the grandma to like in Tokyo because they're I think because they wanted to find the prototype sound machine that Bill was it the grandma's son did with the sound vibration. So they need to go to Tokyo to get the prototype and try to like make that work again. similar to what we saw in King of the Monsters, with Vega's character trying to control the monster Zero with the sound vibration and all that. And then just want to wrap up here. We see like Kate returns home to San Francisco, and and then that's really let me stop there. So let me start with you, Amron. What you thought about the first flashback of them escaping from Titan X and and now need to escape from the villagers from getting the footage, the camera, and then pretty much the end point is seeing our heroes going to Tokyo and then seeing Kate arrive to San Francisco. Go ahead.
No, good start, because it starts with just some monster action right there, full monster about to attack them. But then you notice these scarabs kind of attach themselves to Titan X, and I'm wondering if that's the mama or some kind of symbiotic relationship, like whales and suckerfish, or that's her kids. I don't know, but they just wanted to get to the monster. And yeah, she's got to take a picture, and they got to run. I like the 50s stuff, but also it tells you, like, they remember last episode, they're like, oh, you've seen this before, and they give each other a look, and like they have seen this thing in the 50s and had to deal with it, which is kind of crazy. And then yes, Apex is great. It's kind of like Alien Earth, where you got all those companies trying to grab the alien. You got Monarch and Apex both trying to make money off the Titans, and Apex, of course, running Skull Island, while Monarch is hunting the other Titans. So that bit was good. And yeah, Kate's got to go home, and they got crazy San Francisco houses that are just like on a slant, but like the house is straight, and the fucking those
crazy sloped San Francisco streets where you have to like literally walk up 20 minutes just to get up the fucking slope of the street. It's fucking crazy, bro. This shit is crazy.
That's like you got to park your car and put the handbrake on and then turn the tire so that if it rolls back, it hits the curb, because it's just like this.
I've never walked in a city in my life that I've never seen streets that steep.
It looks exhausting. It's exhausting. That's why they got like train. I'm like, I'm not walking up that shit. I'm gonna live down here. The fuck?
Yeah.
Why would you buy a house up there? I'm gonna move down here because it's down there.
Down there.
It's just so strange. It's bizarre. It's like in the middle of this major city, and you don't expect it to happen. And then you go down the side street, and all of a sudden, you're walking up a straight slope.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I've been to San Francisco one time. It's a fantastic city, and I felt like I was in an Alfred Hitchcock movie the whole time.
Really?
Because all of his movies are like San Francisco.
I was thrown off because I had never seen strippers fully nude right out in the streets, trying to draw customers into the strip clubs, you know what I'm saying? That's legal in San Francisco, at least it used to be. So I had actually never seen adult, women with large breasts. You know what I'm saying?
Amsterdam red light district.
I was 16. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I could get into clubs. You know what I'm saying? And all that. In California, I learned really quickly that they're very
it's not progressive.
They don't really give a fuck about things like IDs when it comes to alcohol at gas stations and stuff like that. They don't even care. If you look at least somewhat 18, they'll serve to you.
Good tip.
Yes, as usual for Jeff.
I was fucking drunk the whole time, bro. 16 years old, man. Drunk every day.
Every day? All right. Anything else to say?
No, that's it.
Jeff? All right, awesome. Jeff, let's stick with you, sir. What do you thought about the beginning? And the end point is pretty much seeing our characters going to Tokyo and like seeing Kate arriving to San Francisco.
It's all pretty surprising. Not too surprising what happened. I mean, obviously we start off where we ended in episode 2, and of course, as I stated in episode 2, Lee and the doctor managed to fall down that staircase into that basement. Which saved their lives, right? And they're making this big deal out of these like flesh wounds they had from the whole thing or whatever, which they didn't look that bad to me, but obviously the whole conversation popped up of like what happened when we were dancing last night, like what was that about, you know what I mean? And it's like, come on now, we all know what that's about. You know what I mean? You know, like you gotta cut that shit out, man. You know what I'm saying? Which is what the doctor chick said. She said, you know, that's got to stop. You know, we can't have that, right? But they were under the influence of whatever drug it was that that was slipped into their drink. You know, right?
Maybe.
So
I have a theory.
Their inhibitions they were like drunk. You know, like their inhibitions weren't there.
Yeah, I don't know. I have this crazy theory. I don't know if this is gonna be true, but I don't know. It has to be connected to the creature. Maybe he did something that did that, like hallucination or something like that.
No, they spiced their drinks. Something that they put for that ceremony. They added some kind of herb or mushroom or you know whatever.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They didn't just do it to her or to them. They did it to everybody. The whole group, everybody at the party was drinking the spiced wine. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
You know, that's actually very normal in real life, Andres, for you know, tribes, you know, like ancient tribes to, you know, add hallucinogenics or, you know, drugs to their drinks, you know, for ceremonies.
It's true. I mean, no, that is actually true. And like, I mean, we were talking about Midsummer. That actually happened in Midsummer with one of those characters, unfortunately. Well, both. If you've seen that movie, but yeah. No, that's true, Jeff.
But they were actually drugged.
Yeah.
No, they would all drink it. They would all drink the lemonade that was like spiked with drugs.
In this episode or
Midsummer?
No, it wasn't like everyone. It was like specifically those two. They did that intentionally, so it wasn't like everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Like you had to pay attention to it. Like it was specifically for those two.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as the rest of it goes, that section. I mean, you know, okay. So Kate went back to San Francisco. I guess why I have no idea. You know, she's obviously better off hanging out with the squad. You know, her quasi family now that she has. You know, you know, and the rest of the team's going to Tokyo now. You know, which is cool. You know, they got some stuff to do there. You know, and that company took over Monarch. They took over their ship, right? You know, they electronically like hacked their shit or whatever, you know, and took over, you know. Which did that have something to do with that one chick that's like spying?
No. She left already, so that's like all like Apex.
Because she's spying for everybody in the show. She spied for one person.
Yes, I know. We get it. Yeah, like no. It's not her.
She spied for Monarch for a while there.
Yeah, later in the episode, she hacks into the she accepts the job offer from that lady. And then she is spying for Monarch. And that lady is dirty too. Yeah. Yeah, and during that scene, she hacks into like their like top secret system, whatever, that has all that footage that we're seeing that they're spying on Lee and the grandma and all that. So yeah, no, this part here is by the way, we see the new actor, the actor who is it, Curtis?
What's his name? He's great.
Yeah, hold on, let me pull him out. He's from a lot of good movies. Like he was in Live Free, Die Hard. He was in House of Shaw.
He was in wasn't he in Aquaman?
No, that's the actor from.
That's
Star
Boba
Wars.
Fett guy. Yeah, that's Tamura Morrison. This is what's this guy's name?
Curtis. His last name is Curtis. Hold on.
His last name is Curtis. Tony, is it Tony Curtis? No,
I think so. Hold on,
because that's another actor. But I remember when he showed up, I was
Cliff
like,
Curtis.
Cliff Curtis. Thank you, Cyber. You saved us.
I was like, oh, it's that guy. He's in everything.
Yeah. See, he has a Marvel name. You know that? Like
great character actor. He is absolutely
he's
fantastic.
Great. Yeah, fantastic character actor. Love him. He's always good in the project he's in. He's amazing.
What was he in? Wasn't he in that Walking Dead spinoff?
Yes. He was in the Fear of the Walking Dead.
Fear of the Walking Dead, yeah, he was the best part.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He was wasn't he the dad of the
Fear? He was the dad. He was the man, yeah.
Yeah, he was the dad for what, the first 3 seasons or 2?
He's in the Avatar Fire and Ash. He plays the Water Tribe, the head of the Water Tribe.
Yeah, he was in the second one, and then he You got, yeah,
Yeah, he's always been solid in everything I've ever seen him in. You know,
yeah.
Even going back to when he was being typecast as like an Arab terrorist in some films.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. Well, which was so bad. Yeah, he was in other like so he was in Doctor Sleep. That's another one he was in.
Yeah.
He was in the Meg, the two Megs.
Oh, Sunshine. You ever seen Sunshine?
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
He's in that.
movie.
Yeah, it's good in that.
I love that movie. It's so good.
Yeah, Sunshine's a good sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
what's his name was in Sunshine too.
A lot of Chris Evans, Cillian Murphy, Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, it's a crazy cast. That
Yeah,
movie.
crazy.
The guy from 28 Days Later.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, he's in it. Oh, Shogun, the main lead.
Yeah, the Shogun guy was in it too. Yeah, back when he could barely speak English.
Exactly. He's in that. So many great Rose Byrne from Damages.
Oh, that's right.
She was in Greek. She was in that Trojan War movie or whatever. With Brad Pitt. That was her breakout performance. Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She looked so much more voluptuous and thicker as a woman back then in that movie. She had larger breasts. She didn't look thin, you know. And then 2 or 3 years later, all of a sudden, she was this peen bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm just I was looking at Cliff Curtis. He's in Training Day. I didn't know he was in Training Day. I forgot about that. He was in so I'm just looking at I'm a Colombian person, and of course he was in the Soli Saldana action film Colombiana.
Oh,
he had a recurring role in Lost, right?
Oh,
was he in Lost?
No, I don't. I'm not seeing that. He
was not in Lost.
No, he was in Trauma, the HBO show. That was like the therapy one. He was in the Fear the Walking Dead, as we'd say. He's in Invincible right now, voicing this character named Paul, and that's really it right now.
Oh yeah, he's Invincible, Paul. That's right.
Yeah. Great actor. He's been introduced as this new head, Apex scientist, basically. And now he's taking over the operation, basically, which is like not a good thing. So he's basically going to be the main villain, maybe, for the season, which is kind of cool. Okay, so Cyber, you're next, sir. What are your thoughts about the beginning, seeing the flashback of our two heroes escaping from Titan X, and then the end point is pretty much seeing our characters getting off from the ship, and seeing Kate going to San Francisco. That's the end point. Go ahead.
So, I mean, the beginning is great because it finishes off what the ending of the last episode was. We got to see more of Titan X, which he looked freaking phenomenal. They basically escape, which is great. They, of course, trying to get out of there still, they have to kind of fight off the villagers and shit like that, which is great. And then, basically going from there, we go back to a present time. We see what's going on with Monarch. We see what's going on with Apex, kind of what that, the situation of following what happened in the last episode, kind of where that puts them at. We see what's his face there. The guy that was in charge the last episode going to Chelsea Clemens to,
Tim.
basically, Tim going to her to get her to sign up with Apex so that they can have an inside person, and that was fun. Like, a lot of this was really fun. I mean, all that was really great. It was really enjoyable, really entertaining, going from that to that. And then leading up to when Kate goes back to San Francisco, I was like, oh gosh, she's going back to San Francisco. I'm like, oh, fuck me. I'm like, fuck me. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. Because if you remember the first season, all San Francisco was so bad, because after San Francisco, G-Day happened. G-Day happened. And that's what started all this, her whiny shit. Because they've had some of her whiny shit in this season so far, which hasn't been absolutely horrible. Like, it's a lot more tolerable than how it was in the first season, I thought. But still, as soon as I found she landed in San Francisco, I'm like, oh God, don't, please don't. No. So yeah, I thought the beginning was really good up to when we go to San Francisco. And I love seeing, Titan X. That was really fun, seeing those creatures follow him and attach themselves to him. And you're just kind of like thinking to yourself, I'm like, so this is a parasite type of creature going on here. And you're like, what the like this is something we have not seen in the Titan universe, in the Kaiju universe. Like, we've always had just giant Titans that were fighting. We've never seen something with parasites or something that could be considered a parasite. So this is really intriguing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what all Titan X is about. Like, finding out everything about it as they, continue on with the story. But yeah, I think it's a solid opening to a decent episode. That is very fillerish, but still a decent opening, leading to kind of a part where I'm like, shit, where are we going?
Yeah. I know we're going downhill after she say, like, no, I don't want to be in this steakhouse, restaurant. I'm gonna go to a club. I'm like, oh,
how many times already has she said it's my fault? I'm sorry. Like 12 times. It's been 3 episodes. Shut up already.
I know. Like,
it's a little much.
And first off, you're not the only person that was like, push the button. Like, your father did it. It's just like, what is going on with her?
So
they're really making a lot out of that button pushing.
Whiny shit. Oh God, I don't know why.
Why do they write her like that?
It's kind of shocking, because with what the kind of powerful performance that she performed in Shogun, you know what I'm saying? Like, for her to be this like feeble, really super feminine chick in the show, you know what I mean? So weird, man.
Yeah, well, and I hate this. This is such a CW thing. No offense, but like, it's not your fault. Like, you were trying to save a friend. Like, how is that your fault? Like, you brought in this Titan X creature, but like, come on, like, you were not the only one that wanted to go back. Like, the grandma wanted to go back.
They all went back to get him. Yeah,
exactly. So
nobody actually knows what's going to happen when you open up one of these fucking rifts to the fucking underworld or whatever.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Like, she's one of those people. Like, I don't know. You have these people where they take so hard on the failure or like the mistake. So hard. It's like, dude, come on. It's just like one mistake. It's like, it's not the end of the world.
Or they're like constantly depressed and complaining too. A lot of times, you know what I mean? Like, everything's bad. Like, my father abandoned me. He has two families. You know what I'm saying? So there's a problem there. You know what I mean?
See, at least I care about that. It reminds me of a K-drama. So, like, that's fine, because that's.
I mean, how they really going to iron that situation out? I mean, it's very simple. The dude was fucking 2 different chicks. He had kids with both of them, and they're now step siblings or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happens. That's the reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, at least I think they understand that, like the fact that the mom.
These are Japanese people. Let's remember, here over in Japan, with their culture, it's acceptable, and when polled, Japanese women at high numbers are okay with their husbands having sex outside of the marriage, as long as it's not done in a disrespectful manner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. As long as no shame is brought upon the wife. You know what I mean?
As long as you're taking care of both families, right?
As long as you're just doing it by going to the whorehouse or picking up a prostitute, which there's lots of them in Japan. You know what I mean?
Right.
For a country where prostitution is illegal, there is lots of prostitutes in the streets of Japan to pick up. They're right there.
Yeah.
And they're hot too. They're very tempting. Imran.
It's just like San Francisco. Same thing.
No, bro. These Japanese prostitutes, bro, they are high end looking, sir.
Oh.
They are prestige level prostitutes.
Yeah. No offense.
And they've already got that intense hot Oriental Japanese hotness going to begin with.
Right.
So they are like,
Yeah.
It's not like American prostitutes where some of them are on crack and meth and they look all fucked up, They don't have any of those prostitutes in Japan. They're all like high end looking and clean and
professional. Like that's the weird thing. Like they're professional.
They don't even have druggy prostitutes in Japan. That's not even a thing.
No.
Well, there's
Yeah.
I mean, we saw in Shogun, there's a whole history. It comes from, hundreds of years of these escorts and the,
Yeah.
what do they call them? Those girls.
But they still maintain those same cultural principles to where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
even a Japanese prostitute would never become a
Right.
drug addict. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
like
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I should go there. Better life there than here.
for the prostitutes, man, I'm telling you, they are top notch. The ones
The
I've seen on
escort
YouTube,
alone worth the price of the
top
place.
notch
Yeah.
looking, bro.
And plus, they have theme rooms for you
Oh.
to have that.
Oh.
You remember,
They
like,
do. They
yeah,
do, yes.
It's true.
I will
It's-
book the Pokemon room, please, for 1 hour.
They have theme rooms with like sex toys and
Sex toys, yeah.
Xboxes and
Oh, did you see the Wolverine by any chance?
Mhm.
So there's a joke where they actually go to their like
Oh.
escort hotel,
Yeah.
and she asks them like, "You want to go to the space station
Oh.
or the whatever?" And it's so funny. It's like, and it's true. Like they have rooms for that, as Jeff saying before. It's like,
the country you want to move to, Andres, is that one over there by Australia, by Matt. The one that has all the prostitution going on.
New
that-
Zealand?
Those islands.
Cindy?
No,
Where-
what are they? What's it called? I can't remember off the top of my head now.
Yeah, I
It's a
know.
it's a very popular destination spot. way over-
Bangkok.
You talking about Bangkok?
Bangkok, yeah. What is that country called? What
Not
what
by
Thailand.
Australia. That's Thailand. It's
Thailand.
not-
Thailand. Thailand, sir.
Australia.
Yeah, Thailand is the place to
Near
go, Andre.
Australia.
Thailand
Jesus Christ, Jeff.
has whole streets where it's nothing but fucking prostitute houses, door to door. You know
I
what I'm
can buy
saying?
you
You
a
know?
globe for Christmas this
It's
year.
Christmas, yeah. I gotta send you a map.
I
of
forgot. I
Thailand.
forgot. I forgot what it was called.
I get what you're saying, Jeff. Yeah. Well, yeah.
But
Bangkok.
they're world renowned for their prostitutes over there in Bangkok.
Oh my god. Anyway, Cyber.
And
you're
and
next.
the price of living is
Oh
cheap.
no.
It is actually, yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
I just went, sir. So it's. I think you move
Yeah,
on.
no, we can move on. I'm sorry. No, I just realized like you already went up. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get back to recapping. Okay, let's get back to the flashback. So, okay, back to seriousness, folks. All right. So after they tried to run away, Lee managed to threaten the ringleader of this creepy ass Chile village, and so that it gives him and the grandma like enough time to run away, and and I do agree with Jeff. Like it's kind of funny that they get bent up so easily. Like their wounds are not like heavily like stabbed like slasher like stabs to their bodies, like damaging them so hard. So but yeah, because the grandma gets injured by one of the blades, they retreat to like an old cabin as the locals hunt them with flaming torches as usual with these kind of mobs. And then each of them well, while that happens, I say Lee gets rid of the camera and replaces it with like a fake film. So they have the film of the Titan X. Thankfully, they have that. After that, they go to the old cabin where like the locals, kind of like goes to the another direction, and so Lee and the grandma kind of like gets tended to their like wounds, and this is where it's like Lee gets fed up as like the grandma gets kind of close to him to like fix his cut that he has in one of his like ribs or abs or something like that, and like he snaps because he's blaming her persistence and curiosity for getting them into the mess, and then she tells him to leave, and of course he doesn't want to do that because he's in love, and then of course he tells her they doesn't want to leave, and that they go get into all their temptations, and this is where we get a very soap opera like telenovela like level of traumatic sex ever. Like they get it on. Like you could put on the Marvin Gaye song, "Let's Get It On."
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I was just listening at that point. They were actually having sex.
I mean, not like
Yeah.
HBO sex, but just like network sex.
Oh,
their clothes were still on, and
Yeah, it's still on, and
like
like
some of them.
Oh,
and
it was,
he
it
on
was,
that
oh,
one.
it was like Skinemax.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
not
yeah,
even,
something
not
like-
even. It
not
was
even,
very
not
tame.
even, very
Yeah.
tame, like CPS sex. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got
Sex with the clothes on.
it was network
Exactly.
TV sex. Yes,
I got
What-
it's like Matlock sex, like
What-
when the old people
Matlock,
have
yeah.
sex.
Which, if you've ever actually had sex with your clothes on, works really well. It's a really, you know.
PBS sex is the most hilarious
PBS
thing
sex.
I've ever heard. I think of it even funnier if you had said PBS sex. Okay.
Oh my god, BBS sex. That'd be. Oh my god, I should have
Some
said
Downton Abbey sex.
Yeah, that did
or
Abbey
some-
sex, Jeff.
Is that how the sex is at Downtown Abbey? Is it like
No,
that?
I don't know. Yeah, they have
I mean, I seen that Abbey. It's like that. It's like they kiss, and then like we cut to the the next scene, and then we go back to them. They're in the bed and all that. So it's
You know
like
how long it takes to take those clothes off? It's like 30 minutes just to get the stupid thing off. And
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
by that time, you're like, I don't want to do this anymore.
yeah, exactly.
For real, back in the day, it was always a possibility when you would go to try to have sex with one of those chicks. By the time that she would get her clothes off, you already would have finished.
You're like, I'm done. See you later.
Yeah, yeah.
Just jerk off.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, that you missed nothing, Jeff. It was just a very like network sex thing.
I'm just
like,
very surprised they actually had sex. I did not notice that.
They
I was
banged.
just-
Yeah,
They
yeah,
banged
they
in the
banged,
past
yeah.
in 1957.
You know, I can't believe they escalated it to that level.
So she's in love with two dudes.
yeah, and it makes sense. Like
No,
I
what-
mean, they just almost died, right?
No wonder she had to write the letter.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, exactly. Okay, let's get into the present and the wrap up. So we go back to like the present day, where we're our Tokyo team. Let me say this: the Tokyo team, was it the grandma's son, the grandma, the Lee Shaw, the other son that they're in that team. They go back to Hirashiro, that's his name. Hirashiro's workshop, where they can use his prototype device to send out the signal that the Titan X will respond to, and luring into the middle of the ocean and away from the populated area, as they're trying to try to do again, like what we saw in the second episode. So, but to do that, they need to get these specific components and all that to make it work. And plus, this is very important because this is a major theme towards the end of this episode, so that the public doesn't know that there's a kaiju, which is kind of funny, but okay. But unfortunately, they've been tracked by the Apex, apparently, who have been tracking to them. They steal the device and initially use it to draw Titan X to the shore, resulting in mass panic as the world discovers that the creature is discovered, that the creature exists. That's kind of true, because later on in the Monsterverse, particularly Kingdom of the Monsters, we get these rise of creatures, Titans, and that's going to be a problem there in that story. So, and just wrapping up here, this is where we talk about the spying, the spy then spying now to spy this other organization. May decides to help Tim with the Apex problem, reaching out to Brenda, that's the head leader of the Apex, and accepting her job offer. While there, she can spy from him to ensure that the other organization won't become too big of a problem. But as May, who first discovered that they've been spying on them all along, we will say safe to assume that they already are. And so let me stop there. So let me get to I guess Jeff. Let me start with you, Jeff. What you thought about this section? Seeing Lee and the grandma finally hooking up, and having their sex that you miss.
Why do you have to call her? Why do you have to call her the grandma?
The grandma. I know.
When you're
She's
talking
like
about
30 years old.
a sex scene, bro.
I know.
not that old.
Her name is really hard to pronounce.
Keiko.
You really-
It's Keiko. It's Keiko.
You're really killing my vibe downstairs, bro, below the
What do you
belt.
think
You
of
know
the
what I'm saying?
grandma sex?
Yeah, for real, bro. Jeff, what do you think about when Grandma had sex with Lee? You know,
No.
And will she want to bang Lee when he's like 60 now? That's my
I don't
question.
want to imagine grandmas or like my grandma banging Lee or whatever, or like.
I mean, she is a grandma. But
Oh,
she just
grandma,
hasn't aged.
you are so sexy. Oh, grandma.
Hey, at least
Oh.
Grandma, you have any more of that hard candy? It turns me on.
You remember that scene from Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking the juice where the old woman like seduces the boyfriend or whatever,
Let me
you know?
take out my dentures.
dentures. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny. Yeah, Kiko. Yeah, I'm talking about the one that Lee and Kiko having their PBS sex. That's the beginning part, and then of course the end part is this whole like Mission Impossible, James Bond section where the team needs to get this device to like stop Time X, but the bad guys, aka the Apex, steal it from them, and then the endpoint is the chick that's spying on the Apex, and that's the endpoint. Go ahead. Oh god, that was
I don't really know what to make of Apex. I mean, honestly, again, I don't follow this film franchise as well as some of you other guys do, so I'm not aware of all these components. Like, I didn't know that Apex was already a part of the this whole overarching world or whatever. I didn't know that, or that they were like a competitor to Monarch.
Yes, they're competitors. Yeah. They're in Kong Skull Island, I think, where they start from. But don't they make Mechagodzilla in that movie?
I didn't watch Skull Island.
Okay, they're competing.
And they're the ones that created Mechagodzilla, because I saw I didn't see that movie, but I saw that fight scene on YouTube. I saw that.
Yeah, they're the ones who created Mechagodzilla.
So just to clean up, they were not introducing Squirrel Island. They were introducing the sequel, The King of the Monsters. They were the main antagonist there. Yeah. And Amron, you were right. In the crossover, they were the ones they created Mechagodzilla. Yeah. And that's the last time we saw them in the film.
Mechagodzilla was pretty fucking cool, I have to say that.
Yeah, I like it too. It was good.
Yeah, it was good. For a minute there, it was going pretty good. It was pretty powerful. Then it got fucked up. Kong fucked it up. But so yeah, I'm not really sure. I don't really know a lot about them yet, like what they're about. Like what they're trying to accomplish right now, exactly what their goals are. I'm assuming that they're basically trying to do the same thing that Monarch's doing, except that they want to actually like make money off the Titans or something like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't really understand that, but
yeah.
So I mean, I think there's a scene in this period where Grandma, as you call her, Andres, Kiku, and her son talk a little bit about his life, and and he tells her I've loved two women. You'll never understand or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty compelling. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Of course, I was not aware about the sex scene because I was not watching. I was actually just listening with my ears at that point in the episode, laying in bed. So I did not realize that they actually had sex because it was so quiet. The whole thing about it, or so quick. I'm assuming
it was quick. Yeah,
but that's very interesting that happened. You know what I mean? Like it explains a lot now overall with the episode. Now that I know that I'm aware of it. What can I say? I mean, I honestly, I hope that they're able to maintain these flashbacks, all through Monarch, as many seasons as this show ends up going, 3-4 seasons or whatever they end up doing. I hope that they maintain these flashbacks, because I enjoy seeing Wyatt Russell, playing the younger, Lee, hopefully they'll continue doing that. I really hope they do. I don't see why they wouldn't.
Well, at some point she gets stuck there too, so it's all going to probably lead up to how she got stuck in the Axis Mundi for all this time.
Yeah,
which we don't know. We just know they found her there, but we don't know how she got stuck.
Oh, that's true. We really don't know, do we?
No. Yeah. So we know that they're not going to die. That's the only thing, right? When the kaiju came and they were running You're like, well, these two characters aren't going to die. That's the only
Oh
thing.
no, they're major characters. They can't die. They've got that protection. You know
that takes the weight out of it a little bit because these three aren't going to die. That they survive. So
well, except for Bill.
Bill survives and dies in Skull Island when he's older. When he's John Goodman.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
That's the weird part.
Yeah, he's John Goodman. It turns into John Goodman.
John Goodman, yeah. That's
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I really got, sir. You know, I mean, honestly, not a lot really occurred that I really want to talk about, to tell you the truth. So I'll leave it there.
Okay. Cyber, you're next, sir. Your thoughts on Kiko. I'm gonna call her now Kiko, her name, not grandma. Kiko and Lee and their blossoming love, and then the section where we see our Tokyo team trying to get their device to work, but then it gets stolen by Apex, and then the endpoints seeing the
hoes are laughing.
Yep.
So the audience are a bunch of hoes.
Yep. Catch me outside. How about that?
Huh?
Catch me outside. How about that?
Catch you outside? What does that mean?
What I just said.
Catch her outside, means she'll go outside and do what she has to do. That's what she's talking about.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is
okay,
all.
yeah.
This is all. But don't you see that this is all mouth? This is mouth.
Oh,
So you want
Bro, that
Bro.
bitch
That bitch does not look 13. I'm sorry. That girl does not look
No.
13.
that bitch made $500 million in one day on OnlyFans, bro, and then closed her OnlyFans right there and just walked away.
That's all you need to do.
Oh my god.
The day she turned 18, she made $500 million on OnlyFans, bro. Say what you want about that bitch, but bro.
And now she's the head of the Department of Homeland Security.
Didn't she just perform at the Super Bowl?
Maybe, I don't know.
She's Bad Bunny or whatever. She performed at the Super Bowl.
She's not Bad Bunny. She's another bunny.
What? Gaga?
She's a rapper. That chick that I just played in that clip from Dr. Phil.
Yeah, the Cash Me Outside
Catch
girl.
Me Outside, whatever. She
Like
became a rapper, and she actually performed in the halftime Super Bowl show.
What the fuck? That's insane. Oh god.
What?
Her name is Bad Bunny.
No, Bad Bunny's a Bill.
Bad Baby. She goes by
Bad
Bad
Baby?
Baby.
Hold on, I need
Bad
to check.
Bunny is the
Bad Bunny
Puerto
is-
Rican guy.
Yeah, and he did
Yeah.
perform at the Super Bowl, but
Yeah.
it wasn't her. She is Bad
Oh.
Baby. BHAD.
Oh,
BHABIE.
well, she did still make that $500 million on
But
OnlyFans.
she is a rapper. She is a rapper, apparently. But she's
She's had some hits. She's had some hits.
It says she made $35 million from OnlyFans. Yeah.
Hold on.
That's
Bad
insane. That's
Baby.
Bad Baby with H's, unnecessary H's.
Oh my
You
god.
have to
I
spell it.
find it, Jeff. Oh my god.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Bad Baby.
Anyways, to talk about your point there, Sir Andres, the Kiko and Lee thing, I knew it was coming. It wasn't anything I thought was really important to the story, but I knew it was going to happen because it was going to be kind of like, oh, the son had two wives.
Yeah.
Oh, she doesn't know. She wouldn't know what it's like to be in love with two people. Here we go. She is in love with two people. Is kind of what they did, and then they get it on. You know, of course. After the tensions were high in the last episode, so it wasn't shocking. At the same time as okay, I get it. Yeah, it's okay. But getting to the Tokyo team, that was really interesting. All the stuff that was going on there, them looking for the blueprints and stuff like that, and figuring out how to get that whistle to work to contact Godzilla, which was kind of like thinking to myself, I'm like, there's got to be an easier way to contact Godzilla. I mean, shouldn't you just ask Kong? Can't you just ask Kong to get in touch with Godzilla since they're kind of buddies now because they took on those other monkeys in last film, But this is supposed to be prior to that, so they haven't become buds yet. But still, at the same time, it's like that really there's no other way that Godzilla's just going to get attention here, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that was kind of interesting. They were having to create this, work with this device that they had already created. And I the conversation that Lee and Kiko have when they're at the son's house. It's not my story to tell. I totally get that. It should be told through the son's his thought process, because it is his story. So I was kind of like, okay, that's great. I like that. And they have that brief conversation in the alley, and it's just kind of like cracking, when he says you couldn't understand, and just like, then of course it goes to the, back to 57, and they have their affair, and you're like, oh, how shocking. And at the same time, oh, I didn't see this coming after what happened in the last episode. And then of course, all the flirtations through, the last two seasons that we've seen, like, we knew they had a thing going on. It's just obvious. We know that was going on. So it's kind of like, okay, let's go that direction. That's fine. And I think in this sequence too, while the Tokyo stuff is going on, the daughter Kate goes back home to see her mom.
Yeah,
and she ends up going to that club where she meets the I was like ex-fling or whatever.
Yeah, a friend of hers. I wasn't sure
friend
who
of
that
hers.
was.
Yeah, something like that.
And I mean, she literally looked like what was the chick in the Matrix, the first Matrix that's part of the crew that has the short blonde hair.
Yeah.
That's who she makes me think of.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, I was like, oh God, not more of this, please. I don't need this. I don't need this. No, this is not intrigue. This is not integral to Godzilla. Okay. And I'm like, oh, this is so boring. I'm just like sitting there going, okay, get on, move on. Okay, let's move on. Let's get back to the actual story, because I love stories, unless it's a romantic comedy or the movie is nothing but about romance, I could care less for it. It just does not add to a action film or a crime drama or anything that of the nature of kaijus. To me, it's pointless extra stuff they throw in that just doesn't add any entertainment pleasure for me. So I'm just like, okay, we can move on. Yes, we know she's a lesbian. It's okay. Yeah, okay. La da 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 da. And we already have her acting so whiny, so let's add in this too. Like, that does not help that character at all. It just makes Kate more of a kind of an eyesore in this storyline, I feel. Kind of like everyone kind of mentioned earlier, she is such a great character in Shogun.
Yeah.
And yet they have her playing this like a very insecure woman in this show, and you're just kind of like, wow, like, what the hell's up with that? Like, strong independent woman in Shogun, but yet then you're making her like this like off weird character in this show that's like basically like a crying baby. I'm like, that's not cool. That's not giving that actress the acting ability she has, because she was fantastic as Shogun. I thought she did an amazing job, and so I was expecting that from her in this series. And I think in the first season, I thought she did an okay job, but at the same time, I thought she was a whiny bitch in that too. Whereas it's the same thing in this, and I'm just like, why? Like, why are you taking this to such? Why are you writing this to such an extreme? Like, I can understand if you want to make it just a little part of the story, and like, oh, you do it, you're done with it, and you move on. I get that, but they kind of are dragging it out. It just seems it does not add to the show at all. And it's too bad, because there's so much potential to that character that can make it such a more entertaining character. So I think that this sequence really doesn't shine for Kate at all, and could give her so much more, and it's too bad, because, the actress herself is such a great actress, and I loved her in Shogun, and other things I've seen her in, she's been really decent. And so it's kind of like, wow, you're kind of like taking a really great talent and you're kind of crapping on it, shitting on her and not giving her what she can do. So that part I didn't care for. But the Tokyo stuff, when it was not going on with her, that was really fun. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed them. Like, we get to see that team show up and steal the orb. We see, kind of Kersey Clemens and how she's like, after she gets back into Apex, and how she's kind of like searching and snooping around, which was really cool. So, I mean, really, there's a lot of great stuff to this section, but at the same time, there's stuff in this that just was so, I thought, unnecessary. But other than that, a decent section.
No, I agree, you Cyber. Yeah, her character is not proactive, like as a protagonist. Like, I don't know what the writers are doing. Like when I brought up CW, like this is such a CW thing. That's one of the reasons I dropped off from the Arrowverse because they had this kind of crap in their shows, and it was like so annoying. It's not all the time their shows. Like Superman and Lois didn't have this. Like they
Mm.
were like a little more mature than the Flash, Arrow, and even Supergirl. It was like out of control. And I just want to answer the chick, the blonde from the Matrix. She was called Switch. That's the character
Oh,
in the
Switch.
first film. Okay, Aaron, your next. What are your thoughts about the blossoming relationship of Kiko and Lee? And of course, the great Mission Impossible section of the Tokyo team trying to like get the device together, but taken by Apex, and then the endpoint is the Clemens character infiltrating Apex for Tim. Go ahead.
No, I agree with Cyber. Like this, will they, won't they? You knew they were going to hook up, but it is. I mean, look, they were just almost about to die, right? Your pheromones are active, your adrenaline's going. It makes sense. But then I also love the next scene is like Bill finds them and she runs over and kisses them right in front of Lee, and he's got to just stand there and take it, right? So like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But the parallel of her loving two guys and the son doing the same thing, that's really interesting. I don't know why they write Kate to be such an unlikable character. It makes no sense. She's like a shitty person, right? Her friends were waiting for her. They texted her. She blows them off. Doesn't even tell them like, I can go do this. She just fucking goes, I don't want to go here. Oh, I get it because there's a lot of people and you're like, hey, have anxiety, but that's a shitty. Were you being shitty? And then she just goes and gets drunk and makes out with that girl. The character is it's just not well written. And to Cyber's point, she's so good. We've seen her be really good, and they're just giving her shit to work with. So I just wish they would write the kids better. They're all fucking annoying. They were annoying last season. They're still kind of annoying. But I like how Kiku saw the pictures and she's like, oh, they got different moms. The fuck's going on here? Let me find out. Why do these kids have different moms?
Yeah.
And then Lee's just like, ask him. I don't know. Fucking, and she does. So that was that little stuff was great. But I agree with everyone. Why is Kate so fucking annoying? Why are you making her so whiny and annoying? She's seen it. She stared Godzilla in the eye. She should be a little more capable and competent by now.
Yeah, like if you've seen all the Toho Japanese Godzilla films, those characters are way smarter. When they face Godzilla, they're like, I'm gonna fucking beat him up and take down Godzilla. Like they proactively want to like save their country, and like Kate is not doing that. It's just like
she ran away. She's like, I want to go home.
Yeah, go home. Yeah.
In the back at home.
Yeah, and Clemens, the actress, who's
May.
May, she like when she was leaving, and said like, where are you going? Like, why you didn't want to say goodbye? Like, you want to go out for like she just what's the word? Like, snub her off. That,
dude, because she's a shitty person, Kate.
Yeah, shitty person. Yeah, exactly.
Why are you writing her like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought the writers were smart. Like, this is 2 years since Shogun. Like, come on, like you shouldn't like improve this character after that first great season.
It's just she's just like one note. There's no
Yeah.
depth to Kate, and she needs depth. She's an important part of this.
Yeah, sadly.
Good point, sir. Good point.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Awesome work, guys. All right, let's get into the finale of this episode and kind of wrap it up. So, Emran brought up the last part of the flashback. Pretty much Lee and Kiko. I was gonna say grandma, but no. Kiko, we're walking in this random forest, and then that's where Bill, picks them up, and he doesn't know the love affair that they had and all that, and it was like that's the moment, like it's like the rom-coms, it's like awkward. And like that moment's like, oh my god, we know what's gonna happen. And oh my god, that ending we'll get into now is like, oh my god, so soap opera, like rom-com levels. Then after that, after Kate does the partying, that's where we get the reveal of the the exposure of the Titan X. So Apex revealed the footage of the Titan X attacking one of the ships, right? And so now everyone knows about the kaiju thing. It's kind of like the X-Men thing where like, oh, the mutants are like a real thing, or the Avengers, like the aliens are like existing. So like basically we're seeing this show the first time the people, the public, knowing the kaiju the Titans are a real thing besides the G-Day. That's the Godzilla movie, the first one that attacked San Francisco, because after that, like Kate, like in this very dramatic thing that we don't like, she spirals completely due to her guilt over the creature's release, returns to the destroyed old city of the broken San Francisco bridge that Godzilla tore during the battle of the Mythos, the two creatures that he fought for the first film. And so that was the last time we're going to see Kay. And then after that, we get the last flashback, but this is young Bill talking to the
Hiroshi,
son.
the
Hiroshi,
son, yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Where he's like going into the stuff and like the knife and all that, and like something we had to bring up. So it turns out that Bill abandoned him and shipped him off to a relative's house. So I'm very curious about that. I guess that's tying into Squirrel Island, maybe. I don't know, because I brought up that he dies in Squirrel Island. So I kind of curious is that we're gonna tie up with that timeline, whatever. Anyway, sorry. So after Bill leaves, to eat dinner, this is where I was like laughing. Bill finds the letter that Lee, Kiko reading for Lee, learning of the affair at that moment. Then the episode concludes. So let me. That's the end of the episode. Nothing like mid-credits and all that. So that was really cool reveal. So let me go back to you, Aaron. What do you thought about the final part of this episode? Was it good or not? Go ahead.
I mean, when Lee gets the letter and reads it, it's heartbreaking because she's like, I love you, but my heart belongs to Bill. And we can't do this anymore. They actually get off the island. Everyone gets back home in the 50s. But then how does that letter end up in that box at Bill and Keiko's house? I'm just thinking about Lee had the letter. How did they end up over there? But that's why I thought Bill left Hiroshi, because he finds the letter and he's like, well, she loved him. I'm just going to leave. I don't know. But there, Hiroshi does accuse her of being just like Bill, like all you care about is finding the monsters and you don't really care about anything else like your family. And then, this guilt, I get it. Kate feels guilty. Like, how heavy-handed do you have? I thought she was going to kill herself and throw her off the cliff, throw herself off the cliff into the water because she's like, oh, this is my fault. This is going to happen again. But the guilt is very heavy-handed. And it is funny when the alert goes off, she doesn't care. She's like, whatever, it's a watch. I'm sure. And everyone's freaking out. And like, she's the one that doesn't care when she's seen all this shit. So her motivations are all over the place. Like, what are you doing? Like, the guilt, we get it. She feels guilt. You did it. You took a whole episode to hit us over the head when she feels guilt, when she shouldn't. It's a little much. But again, the flashbacks were great. The letter, heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And kind of heartbreaking that Bill had to find out that way. Also.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of sense because it kind of ties to his personality as we see the older John Goodman Bill in the later. So like it really ties into that movie because he had that like dark cynicism because of this information we're learning, which is good tie-in to that movie. But anything else to say, Aimer, with that? Before?
No, I wonder if Bill strands Keiko in the Axis Mundi because she's in love with Lee. Like, it's going to be real interesting to see how he feels about this.
I think this show can do that because how dramatic it is.
Because he knows, but she doesn't know that he knows. So wow, what happens?
Yeah, it's true. All right, Cyber. You're next, sir. What are your thoughts on the final part of the episode? Go ahead. Just give it a minute. Hopefully it's not live. Yeah, okay. Just give it a minute. Yeah, something I just want to bring
All
up.
right.
Oh, go ahead.
So the end of the episode is what we're talking about.
Yes.
Okay. So the end of the episode is it's okay. I think it's definitely interesting where it takes us. We see more from 1957. We see more from some from 1962. We get to see a young Bill again, Randa, along with young, the son. After he mentions how he was left alone when he was, he was sent to Mimi's when he was 11 and stuff like that to his mother and stuff like that. Is interesting how they kind of show that a little bit. He finds the letter that Kiko wrote to Lee because it was left in Lee's effects when he was stuck down in the area.
Oh, that's how he thought. That's what it's
okay.
doing there. Okay.
Yes. That I'm sure the effects were, Bill had them because, Lee was stuck down in the Nexus, and so I think that was kind of interesting how they showed that and like, oh, like Bill sees this like, ooh, how's that going to lead into some things like how does Bill feel about Lee now after seeing that note and all this kind of stuff? Because you could tell he recognized Kiko's handwriting.
Mhm.
So, so definitely something he's like, oh, what the hell is this? You kind of get that a little bit going there. But also then you also have, pretty much the ending is pretty basic. I don't think much really happens. I feel it's just more of kind of like backstory. Once again, like it's saying, this is a very fillerish episode, which seems to be very common for episode 3 for some reason. Episode 3 always tends to be a filler episode for some crazy reason with the series. I feel every series that we've done, 3 is always a filler episode for some reason. And it's kind of like, okay, like, yeah, all right. But we have the end of the dance sequence in San Francisco where Kate leaves the disco, leading to basically more backstory for the others, Bill and stuff like that. So I think the ending could have been so much better if we had more of modern times, more of modern stuff going on, maybe some kaiju action to end the episode. Whereas it just kind of gave us this like backstory, which the backstory sometimes can be really good. But in this instance, I just didn't feel like it really led much to anything. But at the same time, it kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger a little bit like, ooh, what does Bill do with that letter? Does he read it? What's going to go on with that letter? Overall, I think that the last portion of this episode was nothing fantastic, but not horrible. So I have to say that it was kind of entertaining, had some interesting facts to it that gave more to the story. But other than that, there's really not much for me to say much more about it, except for that I thought that it could have been better. It just could have been better and could have led to something a little more exciting for me.
Yeah, no, I kind of agreed. I kind of wish the ending, like the reveal of the Titan X to the public, it'd be kind of cool at a different perspective. We actually saw the attack on that ship. That could have been a good end of the episode, and then we pull out before the episode ends of like everyone seeing that in the news. That could have been a cool way to end your episode. Because I agree, like we know Bill somehow had to know about the affair, and it's like, okay, but it was interesting, and I totally forgot that that Lee did travel back into the future when he was young, before he did this again with Kate and all that. Anyway, Jeff, your turn. Your thoughts on this last part of the episode and all that.
I don't really got much, sir.
Okay.
It's like Cyber said, it was all pretty standard stuff. How things shook out. Nothing really all that eventful happened. The letter happened. It was kind of like a Notebook kind of moment.
Yeah. Yeah, it was that. Yes.
It's obviously the placement of the letter was not like a smart move or whatever for Bill to find it.
Yeah.
That did not work out well. You know what I mean? So, feeling bad for that guy, Bill, right? But Yeah, I mean, for me, that's pretty much all I really got, to tell you the truth. There's nothing really for me to talk about that happened there at the end. What am I going to say about Kate, really? Or, like, she's all depressed or whatever. Yeah. What's new,
Yeah, exactly. Like, she's been doing this for the first season, and then still for 3 episodes of this new season. It's crazy. Jesus.
Yeah, so that's it, sir. I'll give you my rating here in a minute, but I don't really have much else to say about episode 3. It's very, very much a filler episode.
Yeah, I agreed. It was a filler episode. I agree with Cyber. Some weird that the third episodes are the fillers, which is kind of weird, but I don't know. It's a trend. All right, let's get into ratings, folks. So let me start with you, Jeff. Your rating for this episode. How you rate this?
I'm gonna have to give this one a 6.5.
Yeah, I can agree. Imran, your rating, sir.
Yeah, I would give it a 7. I mean, after 2, the thing is, after 2, they gave us 2 episodes with lots of action, lots of moving pieces. Like, you need to slow it down. So just for the dynamics, that's why the third episode's kind of, you gotta let everybody catch their breath and set up things, and then they can pick it back up. So it was all right. It was some of the stuff was interesting. I'm 7.
Okay. Yeah, I know. It has good moments. It's just the case stuff just drags it down.
Yeah,
that's what we say.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm so sad. I want to. Oh my God! It's like, dude, just be proactive. Just help your friends. Like, that's it. I don't need you to whine and go to a club and all that. Anyway, Cyber, your turn. Your rating. Go ahead.
My rating, I will give it a 5 out of 10.
Awesome. My rating is pretty. I'm in between Jeff and Aaron. I'm gonna give this a 6.5 out of 10. I thought the episode, I cared very much about the Tokyo team. Kiko and Lee they're the Lucy and Ghoul storyline for this season. They're the best thing about this show. I love Kurt Russell, and the actress that plays Kiko, I really like her. She was actually the breakout star from last season. That was the thing that was funny when I was hearing this from my friends. Like, obviously hindsight, Shogun didn't came out, so we didn't we didn't appreciate this actress that's playing Kate, but the grandma Kiko was such a breakout star, and I was like, whoa, who is she? And I saw the last year the Brendan Fraser family film called Rental Family. She's great in that.
Oh, she's in that. Oh,
yeah, she's in that. And the son that is in this show, he plays the boss, and he's great.
Oh,
too.
He's in it too. Oh, I heard that's a good movie. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, he's really good. I love it. It was my number 2 after Sinners. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the episode. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Aaron, for coming here. It was a blast. This is probably the best discussion we had. This show. We went really crazy.
Grandmas and prostitutes, it's always a good time to talk about that.
Yeah, CBS sex.
CBS sex.
BBS sex. Oh my God. I gotta remember that now. So thank you, everyone. I hope you guys had a great time hearing us discuss this episode and the crazy things we talked about. Now I'm gonna give it to Jeff to plug this out. Go ahead, Jeff.
All right. So Imran, go ahead, sir.
Well, I just want to look, Talking Nerd Podcast, new episodes every week. It's me, my buddy Anthony, and a puppet named Rug Boy. And I just want to mention, if you go to the shorts, hit that shorts tab. There's some videos of the puppet doing movie reviews. He is a puppet that's alive. There he is. There's Mr. Rug Boy. And he's giving you some quick movie reviews in his podcast studio. It's a puppet. It's a puppet that's alive. He's right there.
Wow.
Just if you ever wanted.
I saw that today with the Bride review. I was like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, that's one of the hosts on our podcast. And now I could get him on video. I got him to bust out a video camera. Anyways, there's going to be more of those. They're a lot of fun to make. But we did some Oscars discussion. We reviewed The Bride on the last episode. And we'll be reviewing all these great movies coming up, like Project Hail Mary. And we did a little box office draft. We got to see who can make the most money. We'll find out in a year. But look, fun, geeky discussions like this for free. New shows every Wednesday. Subscribe on YouTube or wherever you find podcasts.
Woohoo! There you go, Jock and Nerd.
Yeah.
Covered a lot of different TV shows, more than we do.
Oh, we cover lots of different everything now.
Cyberneticshark, sir. Go ahead.
Alrighty then, folks. If you enjoy me here on the panel, or if you enjoy me when I moderate, you can check out my solo content. You'll find me under Cyberneticshark. You'll find me on YouTube, which is my home base, along with other platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those great ones, Patreon. Check them out. I see there still my two most recent videos are Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, and the Bride trailer reactions. If you have not seen either of those, check those out. Really fun trailer reactions for you guys. For my shorts, most recently I put up my mini review of Blue Velvet. If you have not seen that yet, check that out along with my reviews, mini reviews of a couple other films I watched recently, Spookies and the Last Horror Film. If you have not seen either of those, check out those mini reviews of those too. More content coming soon, new series coming soon, and all that kind of good stuff. So keep your eyes out and peeled. Be working on those shortly and stuff like that when I have time. But as always, we appreciate you watching us here. Keep watching our solo contents. Check out all these wonderful, great creators that are on here that join us as well. And keep on watching us here in the MCU'S Bidding Edge.
Okay, and Andre's the pop culture guy, sir.
Yes. Yep. It's me, Andreas Polkochka. I was your moderator today. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's fun discussion on Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. So recently I just posted my Scream 30th anniversary tribute. You can check that out. Just posted yesterday a small clip of the thematic duo Batman and Robin meeting another set of thematic duo Kale and Green Hornet in their show, in the Batman 60 shows. You can check that out. I'm working on my Blue Velvet anniversary tribute. Hopefully I can release it Saturday or later this week. And speaking of Blue Velvet, I have my short review on Blue Velvet because that was Cyber's pick from last Wednesday, so you can check out that. Hear my thoughts. Plus, I seen The Bride as well. I thought it was a very interesting movie. I was not expecting what kind of movie it was. But yeah, I'm going to check out your podcast, Amaron, about that movie, because that movie was just like, wow, like crazy experience.
It was kind of wild.
Yeah, and just wrapping up, this Sunday we got finally we're gonna have my first March stream. It's gonna be Game of Thrones, where me and Jeff we're just gonna have a casual talk about the Game of Thrones show because he already finished the 8 seasons, and we kind of talk about it, and then we'll just like rank what's the best season or the worst season. And yeah, that's going to be that Sunday. And then the last March stream is going to be Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. So I'm going to contact you or a couple of content creators to join us on that movie review. And yeah, that's what I have right now on my channel.
I'm down for that one, sir. I'll be in the studio for that.
Awesome. So yeah, thank you everyone. Please, support our solo projects as Cyber said before, and plus the MCU Bidding Edge, so we continue the awesome content. Come on, don't miss the CBS sets.
There you go.
The Grandpa, Kiko,
Great job tonight, Andres, as usual with your moderation, sir. Love everybody. Great to see Imran. Great job, Cyber. We're out of here, folks. We'll see you again for Andre's pick Wednesday with Matthew from Board to Watch joining us for F1.
Yes, F1, Brad Pitt's movie.
Great movie.
We'll be back next Friday for Monarch Season 2, Episode 4. We are out of here.